Right, I think we're live. Welcome to KB Terrace Talk. My name's Turbo Tom, and yep, you're stuck with me this evening. There's just me on my Todd, speaking about all things 92, basically. So, I'm going to stress tonight, guys. Anybody who's actually watching this evening, please do get your comments in because, like I say, it is literally just me. So we're going to we're going to do a brief overlay of the Premier League, Championship, League One, and League Two. Now, like I say, I don't think this has been done on KB Terrace Talk before, where there is just literally one person having a chat. So I'm really relying on all of your comments this evening, guys, to obviously get the debate going. So first comment I've got is from Mers. Hello, Mers. Whoa, Tom, riding solo. Indeed, I am, Mers. So please keep coming in with more comments. So it's been an interesting weekend in the Premier League. You would have to say that the title is now firmly in the hands of Arsenal, with Manchester City's draw with Tottenham today. Also, Villa failing to beat Brentford or get anything from the Brentford game, as that was a 1-0 defeat for Aston Villa. So it's looking, can Arsenal bottle it from this point? Let me know. What do you think? I personally think no. I think this is theirs now. Man City, again, Spurs is their kryptonite, isn't it? They just can't seem to beat them or they lose them. So they got a 2-2 draw today. A couple of goals from Dominic Solanke. Forest, don't get me started on Forest. I was up for winning £2,000 if Forest had won today. And I can't believe that ridiculous handball that the former Liverpool player did as the ball was flying into the top corner. Just let it go in, mate. Let it go in. At least it's 1-1. You got 11 players on the pitch. So, I noticed he walked off and he was obviously Dyche and his men were not too happy with him, as it were. So it's looking like the bottom three are going to stay the bottom three. Wolves again faltered. Not quite beat that pathetic points record that Derby County once got, but I think he's coming. Derby, you'll be keeping that points record for some time, because I think I fancy Wolves to get at least another 7 or 8 points between now and the end of the season. But let's face it, they are down. West Ham threw away a 2-goal lead against Chelsea in the late kickoff last night, which was also a bit gutting for me because I had something riding on that. Something else I'll talk about another day. So, look, 2-0 up away at Chelsea. I think any betting person probably would have put a cheeky fiver on West Ham coming back Chelsea coming back to win that game. Also, Burnley play tomorrow against Sunderland. Massive match with Burnley. I think if Burnley lose that one, they are gone. I think they're gone anyway, in typical Burnley fashion. But I think the race for relegation, certainly in the Premier League, is between West Ham United, Nottingham Forest. I think it's between them two for that third spot to go down. Forest, when they're down to 10 men today, they look pretty solid, to be fair. And you know what? Arguably could have won the game. Palace, they just need that transfer window shut so they don't lose any more of their star assets. So, listen, it's the Premier League. It's cutthroat. Palace are victims of their own success. They go and win the FA Cup, the Community Shield, get into Europe. Yes, albeit they get screwed over by that stupid rule where the owner owns is it Marseille, I believe, and they had to drop down into the Conference League. So any decent player they had, we're talking Eberechieze, Mateta, literally any of their talent is going to get picked off by bigger clubs, and that's the way it is. I understand that Mateta is on his way to Milan, and yeah, I think Palace are they're reverting back to the normal ways, that they are going to end up kind of bottom end of the table. I do not think they'll get relegated. I think West Ham are showing glimpses now, so Forest really need to be careful. Once again, victims of their own success and an egotistical chairman in Marinakis. I'm sure Forest Phil and many Forest fans would agree. So, comments in. Do you think Arsenal are going to win it? I think they are. And I think also, I'm forgetting to speak actually as well, that Manchester United did what Manchester United used to do when I was growing up, certainly in the late 90s, early noughties. Fergie time. Drop a 2-0 lead to go 2-2, and then bang, Old Trafford erupts. Shesko has been up for a bit of criticism recently. He fires away. It's a fantastic finish as well. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's 3 wins on the bounce, and that geezer with the haircut, mind you, mine's not that far off it. He's 2 games away from getting his bonds clipped, as it were. Because let's face it, it needs doing. He looks like Marwan Fellaini on crack, doesn't he? Whatever. So, yeah, any comments about the Premier League, I will happily chat them out. There's some more coming up here. I've got Glory Hole. If Arsenal don't win now, I'm going to be so shocked. Yeah, okay, I completely agree, George. That's George, one of our members of this group. Yes, I'll be very shocked. And I think the main thing to think here is I think Manchester United top 4 currently. I think that's a remarkable turnaround from where 3 games ago. No idea what was going to go on. I will say, regards Manchester United, any hardcore Man United fans thinking Carrick's the man to take us forward, I can see why you would. I can see why you would think, yep, he's the Messiah. But let's not remember what happened with Solskjaer. Rio Ferdinand did that. Get the contract out. There you go, Ollie. Blah blah blah. Listen, I think if you get Champions League this season, which I think is the aim, and I think you're in a very good position to do so. I think it'll be between yourselves and Chelsea, or did the top 5 get Champions League this season? I'm not too sure. I think Manchester United are in a very, very, very good position to get top 4. And you get top 4, you say, thank you, Michael. That's great. Now we'll bring in somebody else. Anybody disagree? Does anybody want to give Michael Carrick the job now? Please let me know. I'm just going to have a look at some comments. I do apologise, guys. I've not got the best technology, I'm afraid, whilst I'm doing this. Comment from Bushy. Forest are down. So Lee Bush reckons that Forest are going down. Mers is coming saying, swear last week, went straight to Championship. Maybe Tom is doing Prem to add content since he is riding solo. And you would be very much correct, Mers. Because I'd like to cater for all the fans of football, because I do appreciate that the majority of people that watch this podcast are indeed Premier League fans. I'm not. I'm a Miller. I know my onions when it comes to that. George is back on again. Ekatike, best striker in the league at the minute. Haaland gone missing, and I heard they are about to put posters up to help find him. Bit like Joshua Coyote at Rotherham United. What else we got here? Poppy Rose is here. He is laughing. Yep. I hope that's laughing like this is either really good or really shit. Cheers, Poppy Rose, though. Do you know what? It adds to everything on here. Where are we? Let's go off that. Glory Hole, Mers. I just want to make sure I've got everybody's. Mers is saying, do you agree with GH that Wolves will stay up, Tom? Absolutely not. That is the most ridiculous comment. Not from you, Mers, but I know that George believes that they will stay up. Where are we? Bushy, George. John Sullivan, let's talk about the mighty 4-0 Rotherham. We'll get to that one, John. We will certainly get to that, and we'll see where we go from there. Because let's not make no bones about it. We what do you call it? We certainly stopped the rot, and we did that with a draw. We took 7 points out of. But anyway, we'll get to Rotherham shortly. So I'm going to move on to now the Championship. So the Championship, once again, we've got another member on this talk here, Mark. Coventry. We're talking about bottlers. Are Coventry bottling the Championship and the race to the Premier League? Because at one point, if I remember rightly, they were 10 points clear. They're now level on points with Middlesbrough. So currently, as things stand, Coventry and Middlesbrough have both played 30 games. 30, that can't be right. 30 games? God, is it that far? God, do you know what? This season's coming to an end soon. And they're both on 58 points, which is, top two. And Hull, game in hand, played 29 games, are on 53 points. And Ipswich, once again, game in hand, are on 51. Millwall, who they've just signed Barry Bannon from Sheffield Wednesday, which I think is a great addition to Millwall, given his creativity and what have you. I think Millwall, 50 points, 8 points off the top. And Wrexham are sneaking in there now as well. 47 points after 30 games played. And Wrexham are looking to flex their muscles in the last few days of this transfer window. Below Wrexham, somehow, I don't know how they quite got there, is Derby County. Now, we know about Derby County. We know it's an awful place. And I've been down to Derby many a time. There's a Rolls-Royce factory there, I believe. Well, not I believe, I know. And also, I think the Toyota headquarters there as well. I stayed in some hotel. It was awful. I mean, the majority of Derby fans, as far as I'm led to believe, support Nottingham Forest anyway. So, the most of them that when I was there in Derby, they're all Nottingham Forest fans or Notts County. So, Derby, look, the only thing Derby are famous for is that pathetic season they had in the Premier League all them years ago. And they cling on to the fact that they're hoping that Wolves will take that record off them. Don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, Derby. There's always next season, though. Hey, you might get promoted and you can break your own record. Who knows? So look at some of the comments. John says, GH with his wooden spoon, stirring again. Yep. And then here we've got as well, Phil will be happy if Derby go up, lol. Just for Phil, hope they go up. I mean, obviously, Phil supports Nottingham Forest. John Sullivan says, evening, Poppy. I'm sharing the tissues. Newcastle got pumped. Yes, they did get pumped. And that's not a bad thing, John. Let's face it. Once again, guys, I do apologise. I am operating with really bad equipment here this evening. And obviously, I'm on my own. So this might look really shit, right? And it probably is shit. But do you know what? I can see there's some people watching, so do you know what? You're probably having your Sunday drink, your Sunday dinner, thinking, "Who is this loser talking to me about football?" Well, I'll tell you what, you're right. I am a loser, right? And I am talking to you about football. So if you want to listen, have a listen, and please do get your comments in. I will do my best to read every comment out. George has put here, thanks, George. Tom, you're doing a great job. Well in, mate. Good lad, George. I really do appreciate that, man. That actually means a lot. Also, so yeah, we're talking about the Championship. So Coventry, I mean, Mark, I'm not sure he's watching. He's given some family time this evening. He must be panicking. I know I would be. Not panicking, but I mean, look, they're still top of the league. They've still got a fantastic goal difference. But Mark has said in the chats that we have in our group that they're lacking something in midfield. And there's a couple of days of this transfer window left. Well, I say a couple of days, I think it shuts tomorrow, doesn't it? And just while we're on that, Miller's Monday, live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bushy and the boys will be back, me included. And we will talk about all things on deadline day, where hopefully your team, the team that you support, gets some of the targets in you require to achieve your aims and goals this season. So, yeah, looking at the rest of the Championship, Wrexham, want to flex the muscles. Derby, like I say, wow, fair play to you, but look, you're on a hiding to nothing. You go up, you get battered. End of. Preston, not doing bad at all. 44 points. Been to Preston many a time. It's got a pub outside the train station, which gives you the times of the train, so you can have a pint whilst you wait for your train. Bristol, not bad at all. They made quite a bit of money off that Semenyo deal, didn't they? Obviously, when he got sold from Bournemouth to Manchester City. So they've got a bit of money, but you know what? They're a smart club. They'll invest it. They'll find the next Semenyo, effectively. And it's Bristol are a team that has solidified themselves in the Championship over the years, and they're now starting to try and punch their way into that playoff push. Watford, whatever. Look, Watford are just a basket case. I mean, they're okay. They're in 10th. They've got 43 points. They're in that playoff mix, as it were. But you know what? Tomorrow, the manager could look at the chairman wrong and he gets sacked, and then somebody else will come in. Queen's Park Rangers, not doing bad, not doing too bad. 43 points. Stoke really dropped off recently, Stoke. I'm sure most of our followers will be aware that, they've got the best goalkeeper in the league. I'm just going to look at some more comments, guys. Once again, I do apologise. So where are we now? And George. And today's list of awful places is, you know me, George. I like to give a good report on where's good and where is crap. And most places are crap. John's coming back in here. I do apologise. John says, Newcastle signing a great player. Fook in nobody. So, But do you know what? I don't think you really need players, John, to be honest with you. Because, you're not doing too much. I think you are where I expected you to be this season. George has put to John Sullivan, Liverpool has only signed Ifeanyi Ndukwe, a 17-year-old Austrian centre-back. We have done F all this window. Well, George, I'm not going to lie, mate. You signed a lot of players in the summer, and that didn't really make much of a difference, did it? So why would you continue to keep doing that? So on to the rest of the Championship. Birmingham, they are in 13th. Having an okay season for coming up from League One. I did expect them to be a little bit higher with all the money they've chucked at that club. I will say that anybody from sort of, my opinion, 11th, 12th to 6th, I've got a chance in the playoffs. Birmingham and Southampton outside chances. Swansea, no, I can't see that. Leicester having an absolute terrible time. A good friend of mine is a Leicester fan. He sent me a WhatsApp today. Well, he sent it to my group, probably not to me, but I saw it. That Maresca has been contacted by Leicester officials to come back in and take over the club. Take charge of the club, as it were. However, I think Leicester have got an upcoming points deduction coming, so it's one of them. Would he come to Leicester? I don't think he would. I think he's waiting for. You're not going to go from Chelsea back down to Leicester. It's fact. I mean, all respect to Leicester, they won the Premier League 2015, 16. But look, they're 16th in the Championship now, and he ain't going to go from Chelsea down to Leicester. Let's face it, he wants Pep Guardiola to get sacked next week so he can take over Guardiola's job. Then the Blades, Sheffield United. Bit of a stupid club, aren't they? They got rid of Wilder bizarrely and replaced him with an absolute numpty, and then now they're just playing catch up. They're not done bad, they're getting out there, but I can't see them making a push for those playoff positions. Plus, they nicked the Greasy Chip Butty song, which, if any of you didn't know, is actually a Rotherham United song. So, let's have a look at some more comments. I do apologise, guys. That's it. Okay. Any new comments? So I've got here. I'm just going to go through them now. Yeah. John makes a good point that they spent 400 million in the summer. I think he's on about Liverpool. George put, do you think Saints have any chance of going up, or have they bottled too many games? I think, to be fair to them, Southampton, they've done okay. They're starting to come back. I mean, Southampton are currently on 40 points. I do apologise, guys, once again. Like I say, I'm not working with the best technology. At some point, I'm going to have the full setup, so I'll be able to do this in a bit more of a professional manner. But yeah, in answer to your question, George, I'm looking at Southampton. They played 30 games, they're on 40 points, right? They are 7 points behind Wrexham with a slightly inferior... No, actually, no, the same sort of goal difference. Look, we know the Championship, it is a mad league. 3 games, 3 games, 3 wins, you could be, top 6. 3 losses, you could be bottom 3. It's such a mad league. So that's from George. John says, ha, Tom. Also, John says, they spent 400 million in the summer. Where are Wrexham playoffs? Yes, Wrexham are. I do apologise, I'm not going to table. Wrexham are 6th on 47 points. They are currently... They've got not a bad goal difference, actually. They are currently 3 points off Millwall, who are in 5th. But in context, they are 11 points off the top 2, which is Coventry and Middlesbrough. And they do not have any games in hand. Got a comment here from Bushy. Sheffield Wednesday will break our record. Couldn't happen to a nicer club. So yes, that brings me on to the bottom half of the table. Sheffield Wednesday played 29, won 1. To be fair, drawn 8, lost 20. Now, can't remember what the record is, Lee, but even at the minute, if they didn't have the points deduction, they'd be on 11 points. So they're currently on -7. So yes, they are going to comfortably break our record, and I could not agree more. It could not happen to a nicer club. Next comment is... John Sullivan's put... didn't Swansea get a Snoop Dogg takeover? Yes, they did. I think he invested, John. But maybe the players are all smoking the green stuff, hence why they are currently in 15th. So yes, but I think that's just probably a project. And Swansea, let's face it, is in Wales and should not be in English football. Once again, we've got here as well. Did Jerry Yates enjoy the Piggy song? Well, yeah, that's another thing. Jerry Yates decided that he wanted to go to Sheffield Wednesday and play for, in his words, one of the biggest clubs in England, which is a bit of a dagger in the heart to any of us Millers fans who, we brought him through our academy, we gave him his debut, we helped him a lot. And to be honest, to be fair to Jerry Yates, he wasn't very good for us, to be honest with you. And then he went out and he found his way. So maybe that's a valid dig, and he knows that would get our backs up, as it were. George is back on again. What manager would you say has been the best so far in the EFL Championship, League One and League Two? It's a great question, that George. I think in the Championship, I'm not going to give it to your normals like Wrexham, Parkinson at Wrexham, because he's been given a shit ton of money. I think you've got to give credit. His credit's running out now. I think you ought to give credit to Frank Lampard in the Championship, because he still has that team top of that league with a very, very impressive goal difference. And I still fancy them to go up. I think we all have bad runs of form at some points in the season. Every team does, unless you're Real Madrid or Barcelona or Prime City, United, you name it. So he's doing a great job. The guy who took over at Middlesbrough, yeah, he's not doing bad at all. And do you know what? The guy at Hull, you have to forgive me, I'm aware of his name. He's doing a fantastic job. I think in League One, I know they've fallen away now. I think Alex Ravel did a really good job. Ex-Rotherham, I know, been slightly biased. I think Alex Ravel has done a really good job, because Stevenage are a low-budget team, low-quality side, awful place. So yeah, he's doing well to keep them. But I'll come on to League One shortly. And League Two, has to be the bloke at Bromley, doesn't it? He's absolutely tearing it up on what can only imagine be an absolute pittance of a budget. So my vote goes to him. Let's have a look. Other comments. Yeah, John says McKenna has done well. Yeah, he's all right. John says Arsenal are currently winning the Champions League, if anyone cares. Yeah, I think that's the Champions Cup, isn't it? So I think that's the winner of the Copa America and the Champions League. So I think they're playing Corinthians, actually. Which, by the way, if anybody gets a chance, watch a documentary. I think it was on BT Sports, or it'll be on TNT now, a few years ago, about the Corinthian Casuals. Fantastic documentary. So yeah, looking at the rest of the Championship now, as things stand, where are we? Yeah, so Sheffield Wednesday prop up the table. They're going down. Oxford, 27 points. Blackburn, 29 points. That's concerning. I expected Oxford to be there. So any Oxford fans watching, I doubt any Oxford fans are watching, but yeah, you're in with a fighting chance, but you're 5 points off safety, albeit with a game in hand. West Brom, what the hell are they doing down there? 32 points, West Brom. So currently, let's say Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday are our favourites to go down. You're looking at anything between, these are all ex-Premier League sides here. Sheffield United will be fine. They're not going to go down. Fact. Charlton, they'll have enough. Nathan Jones will do that thing where he makes it all about him, and we'll get draws here and there. So I'm looking at Norwich, Portsmouth, West Brom and Blackburn. Now, if I was a gambling man, I'd be saying Pompey would be my favourites to go down as well. So I think Norwich will probably have too much quality. West Brom, I don't know what they're doing down there. And Blackburn, former Premier League winners, 1995. The SAS, Sheeran Sutton. And then I've got here more comments. Got Mers in the chat again. Tom, do you think Wrexham will get promoted? I'll be honest with you, Mers. I think that's the worst thing that could happen to Wrexham this season. I know they're wanting to do this 4 in a row, blah blah blah. No, I don't think they will. I think the playoffs will be too much for them. They're not going to get top 2. Depends who they sign from now until tomorrow's deadline day. They're certainly coming, but I can't see it. I'd like to see Millwall in the Premier League, just so that, they can get battered every week, because they get battered everywhere they go anyway, don't they? So I'd like Millwall in the Premier League, to be honest with you. See all that famous Millwall nonsense that they talk. But Wrexham, look, it's a project. This is the league where it becomes a project, and I think you go up too quick. I think Luton were the same. You can get found out very quickly, and it starts to cost a lot of money to stay in that league. And will Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds invest? We're not talking 20 million for a player, which is going to be their current record signing. We're talking you need to spend in excess of. I mean, I don't know what did Sunderland spend this season. I think you've got to spend 200 million quid to have a chance, but we'll see. John says Bannon at Millwall. Yeah, Bannon is at Millwall. He's sucked Wednesday of all the money, and then he did one. Good lad. Let's go to League One. Sorry this is taking so long, guys. I do apologise. So, League One. Our league. The Pub League. The Dog and Duck League. The league that we shouldn't be bloody in. But anyway, sitting top, pretty, and we'll be up probably by April, I imagine. Cardiff City. Once again, it's in Wales, shouldn't be in the league, but anyway, something else. Played 29, 60 points. Second, Lincoln City. Lincoln City, 58 points. Doing a great job. No idea how. And they've just signed Ryan One, who was coming to Rotherham United, but unfortunately due to player outgoings that we could not confirm, we could not sign. However, a friend of mine who is a Newcastle supporter, however, his fiancée supports Wigan, was at the game yesterday, and Ryan One was an unused substitute, so can't be that good, can he? Bolton currently are 6 points behind Lincoln, and Lincoln 6 points behind Lincoln, 8 points behind Cardiff, and both Cardiff and Lincoln have a game in hand. This looks to me as if it was like all those years ago, Wigan and Rotherham flying away at the top, and Bolton are playing the MK Dons role. Stockport, game in hand on Bolton, 52 points. Bradford, chickens on the loose. A couple of games in hand, Bradford, actually. They had a good win yesterday. It was Doncaster they were playing, wasn't it? It was Donny who lost again, because Doncaster are not very good. Yeah, Bradford, way down there. Not way down there, way up there, should I say. 2 games down, 49 points. Let's just say, hypothetically, they win their games in hand. They go on to 55 points and then put themselves into that conversation of the top 2 once again. Huddersfield sacked the manager a few weeks ago. Happy days, look at them. 30 games played, 48 points. 6 points clear of Luton in 7th. And Stevenage, who I referenced before, still have 2 games in hand, actually. And if they were to win their games in hand, that would put them in the playoff picture again. Wickham, 40 points. Reading. Mansfield, awful place. Peterborough, mid-table. Sacked the manager, flew up the table. Happy days. Exeter. What a team Exeter are. What a team. Humiliated by Rotherham United on Saturday. That team had only conceded 1 goal at home in the last 7 games. And Rotherham United, the Mighty Millers, stuck 4 past them. I'm just going to look at some comments, guys. Once again, I will have a look. And I do apologise if I miss anybody's comments, because I am working off something not very good. So, Mers says, big win for Rotherham. Absolutely, Mers. Massive win for Rotherham, pal. Love a bit of that. George Laura Hill says Exeter played 11 Stevie Wonders versus you. Well, it certainly looked like that, mate, because they were bloody awful. Where is everyone, Tom? Paul says. They all died. Let's have a look. Tom, stop apologising. You're doing fabulous. Cheers, John. Where are we? Typical GH can't be happy for Rotherham. I think that's in reference to Stevie Wonders. Well, to be honest with you, Exeter were bloody awful. They were. I mean, we went 1-0 up. Rotherham went 1-0 up. Great set piece by Joe Powell, which a very, very good player, Jamal Baptiste, on loan from Sheffield United, currently got on the end of, which was fantastic. And then, there was a 5-minute spell, second half, where we've got our captain Rafferty, fantastic finish. And then I want to speak about this lad here, and any Leeds fans listening, Harry Gray. He's going to be England's future number 9. Scored a fantastic goal. He scored 2 in 4 now, 17 years old. Club's youngest ever goal scorer in our 100-year official history. So shout out to Harry Gray. What a talent that lad is going to be. Now, my mouth's getting incredibly dry here because, as you can imagine, I'm doing all the talking. So I'm going to have a drink. Tenants, other lagers are available. Right, okay, so yeah, Rotherham absolutely battered Exeter, and it actually takes Rotherham out of the relegation zone, but I'll come to that in a second. So Exeter, you know what? I think they showed their weakness there today. I hope it was a blip for them, for their fans' sake, because if it wasn't, getting beat off us, who had only won 2 away games away from home previous to that, is not very good. So hopefully for them, they bounce back. Just below them is their neighbours. Well, I'll say neighbours. There'll be a few miles between them, but it's Plymouth Argyle. I know the place very well. I lived there for a period of time. Once again, sack the manager. Up they fly. 37 points. You got to remember, for anybody who doesn't watch lower league football, so Championship League 1, League 2, the tally to get to in these 3 leagues is usually 50 points. You get to 50 points, you're pretty much not guaranteed, but you're looking like you will stay up. So if you think about that in context, Plymouth, for example, 37 points, probably another 13 out of the next 17 games to ensure their survival. Barnsley. Now, Barnsley's a strange one. They've only played 25 games so far, so they've still got 21 games left to go. So to put that into context, Plymouth, who are above them on 37, and Blackpool, who are below them on 32, they've got 4 games in hand on them. 4 games in hand, which is good, but it can also become an absolute hindrance, because I remember a few years ago when my team, Rotherham, were in the Championship, COVID season, which was interesting, we ended up having to play, I think, every 3 days towards the end of the season. And that's what relegated us, in my opinion. And obviously, Derby stayed up. It was us, Wednesday, and Wickham that went down, I believe. But we had to play literally, because with that many backlog of games due to COVID, it was only us, the EFL. And you know who you are, the EFL. You absolutely screwed us, because if that was any other club of a decent size, you would not have done that to them. But you did it to us because it's just little old Rotherham, innit? So, fuck you, EFL. Barnsley, yeah. So, yeah, Barnsley, they're on 36. They've still got 21 games. Their season's literally, they've only just literally gone over the halfway point of their season, so they've got a lot of games to catch up. Blackpool, yeah, 32. Wimbledon, 32 points. Leyton Orient, 32. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Wigan Athletic, 31 points, sat in 19th. In 20th, that's right, Rotherham, the Millers, 31 points, 28 games played. So that gives us games in hand on a few people above us. And then the bottom 4 is Burton, Doncaster, Northampton, Port Vale. I think we can safe to assume that Port Vale are gone. Northampton, they were incredibly poor. We played them and we beat them but they were such a poor team. Doncaster, look, you're going down. Just face facts, done it. You finished. Yeah, you've had your little promotion last season, but it's time to go back to where you belong now. See you later, lads. Burton. Now, Burton are a strange team because they seem to pick up points against teams you would not expect. So yesterday they drew 2 apiece with Cardiff, who sit top of the league. It's Gary Bowyer, their manager. So I think we've got to play Burton again. So it's between us and Burton at the minute. We're out of the relegation zone on goal difference. Actually, no, it's not even on goal difference, is it? Is it? Yeah, on goal difference. Yeah, we're out of the relegation zone. No, we're not. Yes, we are. We're out of the relegation places on goal difference. I'm going to nip back to my comments again. Just give me a second. Where are we? Mer says, is League One just too unpredictable? Yeah, it is this season. You can't predict anything. Because most of the teams, to be fair, are absolute pub standard, to be honest with you. They're crap. Yeah, and we're down there. Us and Wigan. Never thought I'd see that. Us and Wigan scrapping to avoid the trapdoor. But what it does give Big Boy, it's given him more chance. And I think I'm of the opinion Rotherham United's about to get taken over by some sort of consortium or some new investment or someone new is going to come in and run the club. So, yeah. John says we need Baptiste permanently. Yep, and I would like nothing more than having Baptiste permanently, as well as Dan Gore, as well as Harry Gray. Problem we've got, John, is we are currently owned by people who don't think like the common fan, and plus it probably costs us too much money, to be honest with you. We horse it. Is that hoof it? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, John. What do you mean with that? George says, Glory Hall says, does that win change your feelings on the manager or you still want him out? It's a great question, George. The manager should have gone 6 weeks ago, mate. But we've persevered. And it's to the point now, there's actually no point us Rotherham fans talking about whether or not he is the man to manage Rotherham United. So I think until there's a change at the top, and I've got a feeling that there could be in the coming days, if not, a couple of weeks, nothing's going to change. But look, he's took 7 points out of 3, albeit 3 very winnable games. You could argue the Exeter game's the shock of them, or maybe the Wimbledon draw's the shock of them. I don't know. Well, look, we took 7 points. We're out the relegation zone. We've got Cardiff next. So, look, we'll see. Burton went and drew with Cardiff. I said yesterday on the live reaction that I saw Cardiff as a freebie. Lee disagreed and said there's no such thing as a freebie in this league because we should be smashing the majority of this league. And you know what? I changed my mind and I completely agree with Lee. John says Gray is immense. Yep, he absolutely is. Cheers, Lee. Thank you, mate. 50, you mean 40, Tom? No, I don't think I do, mate. I mean, I think 50 points guarantees you survival in this one. I think 40 would be on the absolute line to say that, to be honest with you. So that's League One. I can list all the awful places, but I've done that every other week. Majority of them are awful places, apart from... do you know what? I like Plymouth. Plymouth was nice. And actually, I quite like Exeter. Yeah, I've been based down there a bit. Stockport, I stayed in Cheadle for a while. That was all right. Nice hotel. Right, so I shall go on to League 2. Bloody hell, it's 7:45, and I've still got people watching this. Are you mental? You must be absolutely mental. But anyway, thanks for sticking with us. I was going to get my daughter to come on as another pundit tonight, but I thought that would be a bit odd. Right, let's go have a look at League 2 then. Right, League 2. Bromley sit top. 29 games played, 59 points. Well played, Bromley. Tell you what, I guarantee you'll get absolutely battered every week next season. However, fair play to you and your fans. I mean, is there such a thing as a Bromley fan? Is there anybody who says I'm Bromley through and through, or are they all Tottenham and Arsenal fans? I don't know. Boat race people, Cambridge, 53 points, 28 games played. So they've got a game in hand on Bromley. Class of 92, Salford City, Gary Neville, 52 points, game in hand on Bromley. MK Dons played 29 on 51. So you know what? They're in the mix, the MK Dons. And I have always said that I think MK Dons will get promoted. I mean, they're an absolute awful club and they shouldn't exist. Absolutely. I mean, is there any such thing as a Milton Keynes Don fan? I don't think there is. Personally, I think they're all, once again, probably Arsenal or Tottenham fans. I can't see any fan from the original Wimbledon supporting MK Dons. But look, they've got a nice stadium. They have the darts Q School thing there, if anybody is interested in darts. There's like a hotel in the stadium, I believe. So that's all right. Notts County, doing quite well, actually. 28 played, 51 points. So, look, yeah, good for Notts County. Swindon. Now, speaking about Swindon, did anybody see Ian Holloway's rant about fielding an ineligible player? I think it was in the EFL trophy, wasn't it? But if you've not heard it, I wish I could play it on here, but we can't for copyright reasons, because I'll tell you what, it was absolutely insane. He just got, right, no, I don't care about anything. Nobody's dragging our secretary through the mud. It's absolutely disgusting. Honestly, it's a 3-minute rant. It's gold. He's Marmite, Holloway. But do you know what? I'd rather have a manager like that wore his heart on his sleeve than just did the old usual shit answers when it comes to questions. So fair play to Ian Holloway. Yes, they didn't cheat, but they didn't do play by the rules. But I get his point that the referee shouldn't be all high and mighty and also know the rules themselves. So, but yeah, they fell away a little bit, Swindon, but they're still in the mix for that top 4. Remember, there's 7 in the playoffs. Sorry, there's 7 in the. It's the top 7 that are in contention to go up in League 2. So your first 3. So as things stand at the minute, Bromley, Cambridge, and Salford would be your automatic promoted, and then from 4th down to 7th would be your playoffs. Just outside those playoff places is Chesterfield, who have played 29 games on 45 points. Now, I made the point, I was in Doomland last Sunday, that if we were to go down, Chesterfield could go up and we'd be the only team in our area. And people might be saying Chesterfield's not in South Yorkshire. Tom, we kind of class Chesterfield as not part of South Yorkshire, it's part of the local area. So, yeah, I mean, it's Nottinghamshire, I believe, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, it is. And they've got a shit tower. Grimsby, Dave Artell. 28 games played, 44 points in that hunt for that top 7. Alex, 29 played, 43 points. And Colchester, awful place. Military prison in Colchester, actually. I know a few people have served time in there. So it's an awful place for them. 28 played, 42 points. Barnet, 28 played, 42 points. Accrington Stanley, you've all just said it at home, if you're still watching this nonsense. Who are they? Exactly, who are they? Gillingham, 27 points, 27 played, 38 points. And you look down the rest of that table, it's all crap. And obviously, 2 go down out of this league. It should be 3 for my money to give the National League a chance. But propping up the table, Harrogate Town played 29 games. They're on 18 points. Just above them, Christian Fuchs, ex-Premier League winner with Leicester City. He's a manager of Newport County, which, if you didn't know, was in Wales. Awful place. 20 points. And then Shrewsbury, once again, is it Welsh? Who knows? Who cares? They're on 23 points as well. Steve Evans, Bristol Rovers team. You know what? He's not having the effect I thought he would have, Big Steve. Oh, sorry, Slim Steve. That he should have. So, I mean, look, they're out of the relegation spots by 4 points, but I thought they'd be a bit higher up. And then above them, Black-Eyed Barrow. I can't stress enough. Awful place. Barrow and Fern. If you get found in Barrow, just jump off the pier. Trust me. 27 games played, 24 points. And then you go up to Crawley, 29, 26 points. And then anybody down from sort of that racehorse bit, Cheltenham, they are going to go down. And once again, I do apologise, guys. I'm meant to have these graphics on here, but I'm learning this app as things stand, and it's quite difficult on here. Let's see if anybody's bothered to comment. George is here. Sorry, Glory Hole. I would say most of the National League got as much quality as League Two. And yeah, George, you know what? I actually agree with that, mate. Yeah, I think the National League is such a... You look at Carlisle United down there, you know, they've got definitely a League Two team, a mid-table League Two team, you know, at very worst. As well as, you know, other teams down there. It's such a... You don't want to drop out of League Two because it's so hard to get back up, because if you ain't the 2 best in that league, if you ain't the first best in the National League, right, you've got to go through a playoff system, which is why I've always said it should be 3 that drops from League Two, not 2. It should be 2 automatic promoted from National League and then 1 via a playoff. So if you drop out of that league, it's very difficult to come back. Wrexham spent years down there. Years. And Wrexham are quite a big club. Well, certainly are getting bigger now.
Hello! Since Thomas just disappeared, I thought I'd quickly come and try and save the situation. He was talking about League Two there. It's coming towards the end of the stream anyway. Yeah, well done to Tom anyway. Sorry. Sorry that it's been a bit of a weird one. No. Oh my God, I feel the pressure myself. Tom obviously had the pressure of dealing with this show on his by himself, but he did a good job. It's coming towards the end anyway, so he virtually talked about League Two. So I think what I'll do is I'll end the stream for Tom. So obviously there is more stuff that you can find on the KB Terrace Talk YouTube channel.
I'm back.
So make sure to... Oh, hello. I was just ending the stream for you.
Good.
Look, had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, it just sort of went away. Mers, thanks for jumping on there, pal. So, look, listen. Thanks for anybody. Is this still live, Mers? Is it?
Yeah, it's still live.
Thanks for anybody who's watching still. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. I managed to get 56 minutes in, and cheers for anybody who watched the utter ramblings of a madman. Tune in next week where it might be different.
Yes. Hey, there probably is going to be a hunt for more pundits to come on the show, because obviously the Sunday service is a EFL based show now, obviously wanting to cover from the Championship down to League Two. And obviously this show and KB Terrace Talk is all about the fans, and it wants to get a wide range of fans from different clubs and everything like that, so that they can cover the respective leagues. So obviously we have, like, for instance, Mark, who's a commentary fan. He can cover bits of the Championship. You've got Tom, who obviously is a Rotherham fan, so he can cover League One. League Two fans are seems to be struggling to try and get hold of, but I'm sure, Tom, you might know a few people that might follow League Two clubs, eh?
I do, yeah, of course I do. It's just
hey, there you go. Tom should get those guys on the show.
It's just get them on, mate. Getting them on.
Yeah. That will help out the Sunday service. But well done, Tom, for trying to do that. It is a difficult one, isn't it? Trying to obviously do it solo, because you've got to try and continuously talk for 1 hour in that scenario without stopping and taking a break or anything like that. So kudos to you on that front. But yeah, I'll end it for you. So yeah, you can find other stuff on the KB Terrace Talk. You obviously have the Monday Night Millers, the midweek Millers, and also the after game talk that you can find on a Saturday. Then also on Thursday, you've got the Premier League prediction show. On Friday, you have the FPL show that I host myself. And then you have the Sunday service every single week. Hopefully there might be stuff in the summertime as well. So we'll be probably covering the World Cup and everything like that. But thank you, Tom, for hosting and riding solo. And we will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.